bronc riding. We take it back to Friday night. Here's Loren Barber from Slate Show, Texas. Honey, he's on Suave.
Well, this is a second generation bucking horse. That was a great horse, Suave. Really good to ride. Mr. Barber riding as well as he ever has this year. Good job. Three forward with the spurs, the classic spin, the rodeo, whistle blows. Well, look at that. Shades of the Hawkeye, Monty Hensler, flying dismount. That a boy, Lane.
Okay, hey y'all, here we are with the Bookly Blessed podcast once again. We're going to do a character development interview today, and I'm here with Loren Barber, local rodeo legend in the Anona, Texas area. Anona, Texas is near our hometown of DeKalb, very, very near, so we're neighbors basically in the Texas terms. Yep. Loren, again, thank you for meeting with me. Thank you for putting up with the scheduling hassles of connecting the dots together with us. Loren is going to educate me on the saddle bronc world because my character in my upcoming new book is a saddle bronc rider, one of my characters in the book. And as y'all know, I tried my hand at rodeo in high school, and I was not a saddle bronc rider, Loren. I tried bull riding. I was not very good at it. I tried barrel racing. I did not enjoy it, so I did not continue on with that. Before we get started on the interview questions, I would like to preface this with saying the character was already started before I met you, so please don't be offended when he doesn't turn out like you.
Every guy was different.
Yeah. And then, of course, I will be very, very happy and excited to not only list you in my acknowledgments in the book, but also present you with a signed copy when it goes to print.
Awesome.
So, again, I appreciate you so much meeting with us. And Loren was so kind to set up his private rodeo arena for this interview, and I appreciate the efforts you've already gone to. So thank you so much.
I love talking rodeo.
Awesome. So it is my understanding, Loren, that you have been in the rodeo world for 23 years. You rode, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you still riding?
I haven't competed in the PRCA since 2013.
Okay.
I had a four-wheeler wreck. It's life.
Right, understood.
It'll slow you down.
Yeah, it does slow you down. I get that.
But I still have the anchoring every day.
I get that.
You know, I still have my saddle, and
yeah.
I tease my wife all the time that I'm going to go for the American to try to win the big money, but probably won't ever do it. But it sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and launch into these questions, and thank you for bringing this saddle, by the way, because we're going to talk about that too. And I hope y'all can see all Loren's equipment and his pictures here, or his equipment and pictures, and some of your. This is you. I'm going to say bucking out, but you can correct me if that's the wrong term. I hope y'all can hear me when I turn my head away. Okay, so here we go with, please provide an education on saddle bronc terminology. Do saddle bronc riders buck out?
I wouldn't say so much buck out.
What do y'all call it?
Go to the rodeo. Go ride. Just to go ride.
When you're in the chute, you just say, okay, boys, I'm ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I used to say, okay, outside.
Outside?
And out the gate, or a big nod usually does it. You're on your own.
And a big nod, just like the. Okay. Proper and slang terms. So I wrote that the equipment, rein, saddle, marking. I'm so thankful that you brought the saddle. I noticed that it doesn't have a horn, which is probably self-explanatory. Yeah. And I asked that because I did a Google search, and Google comes up with all kinds of great stuff that probably isn't accurate. and that's why I asked, there was a term, the rein. Do you have that here? Yeah, that you hang on to. Is that called a bucking rein?
Buck rein.
Buck rein.
Or a hack rein.
Buck rein or hack rein. Because in my book, I'm trying to detail a moment when my character is in the chute, getting ready to open the gate. His mind is not exactly on the ride, which is dangerous, I'm sure.
I've been there.
Good. I'm glad that you mentioned that. And then, so did I leave anything out of that? The different pieces that you're using.
You got the halter, and this goes on the head of the horse.
Okay.
And this
Halter.
is pretty much your steering wheel.
Right.
It's kind of like being on a train with the steering wheel, so you can't really steer much.
Okay.
You just gotta hold on.
You're just kind of hanging on for dear life.
And then we got our saddle, and it goes on the horse, and this is a flank that goes around.
The flank strap.
Yes.
Okay.
It goes around the flank of the horse in the back.
Okay.
And I don't have chaps or vests because I loaned them to a friend, and they got to the winter rodeo.
Oh my gosh, those are fighting words.
They kind of shut me down on my riding too.
Yeah, that is cruel. Okay, and these
And these are your stirrups.
stirrups, yeah. So when I did my Google search, I found a term, marking out.
So when you come out of the chute, the first turn out of the chute, the horse, your feet have to meet up in the neck, like this right here.
Okay.
Position up in the front. And it gives the horse a little bit of an advantage because you're kind of just free riding up there,
Right.
really holding on to anything.
Yeah. You don't
So
have
get
anything
started.
set. Yeah. Okay. And that's
That's
like
the
you get
mark out.
points for that, right?
Well, you get a no score if you don't do it.
Okay. Okay.
So it's all for nothing. You can go like the best ride in the world. And if you don't start the first jump out right, then it's all zero.
Okay. Have to do it, or you get 0.
0 point.
Or you get 0. Okay. Okay. I can't remember the other thing that I was kind of really wanting to check with you
And
on.
this horse actually, when he came out, it reared up on the chute and posted me. Which
What
when
does that mean?
Whenever this is the post right here on
Okay.
the gate.
Oh, he
When
smashed
they
you
rear
into
around,
it?
it smashed my leg and my back. And you can see my
Which
arms
hurts.
kind of crunched up there.
Uh-huh.
Kind of in the fetal position there.
Yeah, and your face kind of tells the tale. That hurt.
Yes, absolutely. Probably scared my brother. This is my brother right here.
Okay,
He's like, oh,
okay.
no.
Oh, I'm going to have to carry him home. Okay.
And then as you ride, the most important thing to do is to lift and you stick your hand out. You know, like this. See, I've got, and
Yeah.
that keeps you down in the saddle.
Okay, with the rope?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your rein.
With the rein, sorry. So you have to lift your hand
On your rein.
on your rein. Lift the rein. Okay.
And that's what mainly keeps you in the saddle because you really, like a bareback riding, you got your hand wedged in, bull riding, you're tied on with a rope. Saddle bronc riding, you're just sitting in a saddle holding onto a rope.
Yeah.
You're kind of
Right.
at the horse's advantage until you get some skill.
You're not really secured at all, like you
It's
are with
more
the
of a-
bull rope.
More of a dance with the horse.
Right. And you better move the right direction.
Don't step on anybody's toes.
Right. Thank you for that. That's good. That's good.
And then after the whistle blows, you're done. So they've got the pickup man that are there to get the flank off and the horses.
I respect and admire those guys. I really do.
And I was always so ready to get off. I usually just jumped off.
Yeah.
I'd always tried to practice to land on my feet, but it didn't work out every time. So.
Right. Sometimes just flat in the dirt. Yeah. And then I wanted to ask you if the horses come back to kind of dance on the cowboy like the bulls do.
In 23 years of riding broncs, I only had one trying to chase me down.
Okay.
And he scared me to death. His teeth were clapping right behind me, and I ran for my life.
Okay. Yeah.
But as a general rule, the horses are going to try to jump over you versus a bull will try to step on you.
Yeah. I thought I remembered seeing that mostly because Nate takes me on, he takes me to rough stock rodeos. We love those. Those are our favorite. And I thought, maybe that's not, because I've already written that scene where the horse comes back to get my cowboy. And I'm like, I'm not sure if that's totally accurate because
it's
I
legit.
think,
I mean,
but they do.
Oh, yeah,
They will
there's
come
some of them
back.
that get mad, especially if you really spur them. And
Yeah,
you
if they're
don't
mad
get
enough.
them to buck in, they'll
Or if the horse knows you're not paying attention when you're going out the door.
Oh a lot of most horses, the rodeo horses have a lot of sense because they're around people. Rodeo, and they do it every day, just like the cowboys.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, they're kind of like people. You'll find some dumb ones that want to act like an active fool.
Okay.
And you'll have some that just sit in the buck and shoot and never bat an ear or eye.
So if I left that in the book, it wouldn't be offensive if you read it? Okay.
I mean, it's a general rule. They don't chase you, but I have had one chase me down.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm wanting to interview you and get expert knowledge on this, because I've read books where, like, for instance, Nate and I, and for the audience, my husband is behind the camera right now, but Nate and I were both military, and I read a book one time where the author said the soldiers shot their AK-47, and I was like, oh, that is our enemy's weapon, you know, and I threw the book away. I was so irritated because it was so easy to do a little research and figure out the right thing. And that's why I want to talk to people who know about stuff I don't know about, but makes its way into my books.
Make it more real.
Yeah, even though I write fiction, I still want to be accurate.
Like the real details to get you in.
Right. Plus, I get to meet cool people like you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that in my book, and I hope it won't offend any cowboys.
Surely not.
Good to go.
Even if the horses weren't trying to chase them down, every cowboy's pretty much been in harm's way. I mean, you're just 1 second away really from death. Every time that gate opens.
Right, absolutely. That's why it's a dangerous, thrilling sport.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and then, like you said, you brought this picture here, and I wanted to ask you about, there's a lot of activity behind the chutes. What all is going on back there? What is each person doing? Like, what is your brother doing here?
He was actually helping me measure my rein, and sometimes the horse, like this horse, was a really small horse, and he liked to squat a lot. So you got to kind of move them around and make them stand up.
Okay.
So otherwise you'll get them to smash you. And
okay. How many different people are helping at one time behind the chute?
Usually you have one person on the horse's head to make sure they come out of the chute right. You got this guy right back here is the flank man.
He's tightening the rope.
He's pulling the flank on the
strap. Yeah, okay.
And my brother probably helped me move my saddle down because you pull on each side a little bit to make sure you're even.
Okay. So it's pretty much two guys, or is this guy doing something too?
That's another bronc rider actually.
Oh, okay.
He was getting ready. His horse is probably his next one in the chute.
Okay. Okay.
And this guy killed his stock outrider.
Okay. Well, I like being behind the chutes. That's probably the best view.
And then you have an occasional guy, somebody that just sneaks back there just because they want to see it. It's all right. It can get dangerous though if
Yeah.
the horse is rare.
Yeah.
Take up out of the chute.
Take them up to the face. That's always fun.
Yeah. They're not kid ponies. They're all bucket horses.
Right. Of course. Of course. Okay. Well, thank
And
you
we've
for
got
that.
the judges out here.
Yeah. And there's two of them, right? Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Thank you. And then, what did you love about riding?
Just the probably the build up right before you do ride. You get so much adrenaline going. I mean, you just really are so familiar. Go.
Yeah. The adrenaline rush. Yeah.
And then the magic of when you open the gate.
Right.
Since you know, since you've done something.
Yeah.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah. Definitely.
But unlike any other thrill I've ever had.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I started when I was 12 and I still want to do it today.
Yeah. I can understand that completely. And then, you know, the flip side of that one was the worst part of it.
Probably not winning.
Yeah, not winning.
Or getting bucked off.
Not winning. Getting bucked off. Yeah. Getting the dirt.
And sometimes there's a lot of politics in rodeo, so if you aren't in with the judges, then they can, because I mean, you can have the crowd going wild and everything and still not win anything.
Yeah, I've noticed that, like, just as, you know, part of the crowd, I've noticed an amazing ride. And the guy gets like 68 points. What in the world? What in the world? That guy covered, you know? and politics. Understood.
But being on the professional level, you really have to do everything. Because, you know, there's 30 or 40 other saddle bronc riders at the rodeo that are going to try to do the same thing.
Sure. So a lot of pressure. And you didn't like that part, the pressure. Oh, you love the pressure.
I actually trained myself before I would get on the chute because my horse would race and to try to relax and start yawning and just chill out before you get on. Everybody else is just
right, psyching themselves out.
Try to save your energy for the 8 seconds. I mean, it's only 8 seconds.
But that's a long 8 seconds.
It can feel like 8 minutes.
It can. Okay, and then we were talking about this before we turned on the camera, but I asked, did you age out of the sport, or was there another motivation for hanging up your spurs?
Well, I did have a wreck in 2000.
So kind of an injury.
And then that hurt my airway. I couldn't really. I went back to the rodeo after it.
That's what you did. Yeah.
And I had trouble keeping my air. After 8 seconds, it felt like I just ran a mile. I didn't have my air built up.
Okay. So injury.
So I kept on riding probably for another 5 years after riding my 4-wheel wreck.
And then you just kind of was like, this is getting too hard. Yeah.
My dad came down with cancer when I was graduated from high school, so that kind of kept me a little bit closer to the house too. I mean, me and my brother would still go off and rodeo, but you know, couldn't get too far.
Yeah.
It got too long.
Yeah. And then, so you don't compete anymore, but you still like to do it once in a while.
Yes. I've actually been bucking some horses here at the house for some younger guys that are trying to learn how to do the thing. And
that's great. That's awesome that you're willing to train others, you know.
And it really made me, I wanted to get in there and try it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about, trying to keep the next people going, because if we don't, then rodeo
will die.
Be gone.
Yeah, and that would break my heart to see rodeo go away.
And actually, the rodeo is really taking a good hold now with the Cowboy Channel.
Yeah, and are you seeing that team stuff? I've seen it on PBR. I don't know if the Broncs are doing it, but are the Broncs doing it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, it's just the PBR thing.
Okay. And then I asked, what was the worst injury you ever took riding?
Well, it had to be, I was at Mesquite one time, and I bucked off, or I actually jumped off after the whistle, and my foot hung in the stirrup, and I landed on my forehead, and the back of my head actually touched my neck, and I ruptured a disc in my neck.
Oh my gosh.
I was paralyzed for about a minute, laying out in the arena. I couldn't even move.
I'll bet you were.
And then finally, it really scared me.
Oh yeah, that'll.
And I had to drive myself home after the rodeo about 3 hours.
I'm fine. Rub some dirt on it. Oh gosh.
So I had to have a surgery for that, and they put a plate on my neck, on my vertebrae, and bone graft.
Oh my gosh. Owie.
But I went back to the rodeo after that too.
Yeah,
And,
of course.
Actually, the first rodeo I went back to, I won.
It's like a drug.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh goodness. I'm guessing that was not your
Just
favorite
a few
rodeo.
broken toes and fingers.
Yeah.
Minor stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe that wasn't your favorite rodeo.
Oh, well, I actually won the championship there one year, so
Oh, okay.
I love that rodeo just right down the road from the house.
Yeah, yeah.
And working at the ranch and everything, I could just run over there on Friday or Saturday and come back, and
Okay. All right. So Mesquite was your favorite?
probably so. Mesquite or Reno, Nevada was one of my very favorite ones.
Okay. Mesquite or Reno? Nevada, not. We have a Reno, Texas, don't we? Okay. And then what was your favorite win?
I enjoyed
All of them?
All of them. Anytime you win, it's a bonus.
All of them.
Sometimes you get some cool trophies and saddles. I've probably won about 7 or 8 saddles and probably 50 buckles. There's no telling.
And then 50 buckles. That's awesome. Makes great wall art. And, you know,
I actually have them in a big box because I
Oh,
put 'em up.
we gotta get them on the walls. And then I asked this odd question because it's in my book. Did you ever carpool with friends to rodeos, or did you haul your own horses for other sports to rodeos?
Yes, I usually rode with my brother, and then
He rodeoed too.
he was a saddle bronc rider too, and so we'd go to you can buddy in the PRCA when you enter, so you make sure that both people get entered on the same day.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So that way you aren't not splitting up and
Waiting and yeah.
So me and him would buddy and go everywhere. We went to 43 states rodeoing.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Went to Canada for a couple of months and rodeoed.
Like in
there.
Alberta?
Alberta and Manitoba and British Columbia.
Okay. Because I'm familiar with Alberta being kind of cowboy country because we've driven through there many times. We lived in Alaska for 13 years with the military, and we drove back and forth several times. So
Beautiful place up there.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite places in the world.
yeah. And then I said, what was the rodeo circuit you competed in? But apparently it was the PRCA.
PRCA, and I did some few amateur rodeos when we were getting started because the PRCA back in the 90s, it was really tough for a young guy to get in. And nowadays they have a lot of younger riders.
So how did you get in?
Just kept going and going and going.
Just doing the locals and the amateur, and finally you made a big enough splash and they said, oh hey, let's let this guy in.
Made the Texas Circuit Finals 3 times and the Southeastern Circuit Finals and 2 or 3 times in it. If you're down in
Excellent.
Florida, I went to college in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
So you got to use your address where you live for your circuit. So we were in the Louisiana to Florida circuit,
Okay. Okay.
which is about
And
the
you
same size
rodeoed
as
in
the,
college?
Yes.
Okay.
Went to the
Like
college
on their
national
on their
finals
team?
3 times.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. That says CRRA finals. Was that college?
No, that was just an amateur rodeo association in Oklahoma, Texas.
Okay. Okay. Do you have to like apply, or they just invite you to the
Just give us
PRCA? Oh. Oh, okay.
But the great thing about that is it comes with insurance.
Oh,
When you buy
that's
through your PRCA cards.
like health insurance?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you get injured at a rodeo or way to a rodeo, you're covered.
That's great. I did not know that. I thought that cowboys pretty much just paid their own way at the hospital.
If you're not in the PRCA, you're covered.
Oh, wow.
Unless you have health insurance, which we never had health insurance growing up.
Yeah, because when he was when Nate, behind the camera, was in the military, he would travel around with a buddy who was doing bull riding at amateur circuit, and that guy would get tore up, but thankfully he was a soldier, so he had the insurance. So.
Right.
And I just kind of asked, what was rodeo life like in the late 90s? Because that's when we meet my cowboy in my book in the late 90s. You know, I guess that's kind of a broad, general question, but I'm kind of looking for. Go ahead.
It was really kind of picking up because rodeo was gaining popularity. They started putting it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Used to, growing up, the only thing you could find on TV was Mesquite Rodeo, which I'm sure you watched.
Sure.
all the time. But
Sure.
It was on every week. And then they started publicizing the bigger tour rodeos in the PRCA. So you had to be in the top tier kind of, money to get in on those.
Yeah.
And,
So I'm guessing you were probably on TV at times.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
probably more at Mesquite than anywhere, but got on a few of the tour rodeo short rounds. I never really won anything, but
Yeah.
it was cool.
I'll bet I watched you. So did people stay in hotels, or did they bring sleeping quarter horse trailers, or?
And back at the truck, we had a little rodeo camper with a little bed and air conditioner.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It was just big enough for really 2 people, and your brought saddles up under the bed. So
Okay. That works.
that's where we lived for 3 or 4 months, 3 months of the summer, pretty much.
Right. So you pretty much rodeoed in the summer.
And
Okay.
we rodeoed all year when I wasn't in school, so again, I had to go around the school schedule.
Of course. Of course.
But then once I got into college, it was a little more flexible. You could miss on Fridays or something,
Sure.
get away with it.
Yeah. And hopefully remember what exam you're supposed to study for.
Right.
And then I asked if you competed in other rodeo events.
No, well, I tried steer riding first when I was about 10, and I did that for a couple of years, and then I tried a bull or two, and maybe that wasn't for me real quick. So my brother was riding Saddle Bronc at this point, and I thought that was like it'd be fun. So
Awesome.
my dad bought me a little cheap bronc saddle for $150 because he didn't think I'd really go through with it.
Yeah. You're like, I went through with it. 20 plus years, Dad. Well, that's so cool. Do you have any questions for me? Anything you want to add?
I don't know. It's an amazing life. I mean, not everybody's blessed enough to be able to get to do what it is. We didn't have a whole lot of money growing up, but we stayed in the camper, so we didn't have really a whole lot of experience.
Right.
I mean, expense.
Right, sure. Well, and you know, we understand that. We actually live in a fifth wheel, and then we went and bought a smaller one to tow around the country for our book tours, and we get that. It's a good, easy little life, and very much less expensive than normal house living. Yeah, and that's how we're able to do the book tours, because we carry our own lodging with us, and it makes it better for us. And honey, can you turn the camera over to show the horse making his guest appearance? Just turn the whole thing over there. Your finger's in the way. Can you see him over there? I just wanted to show everyone that Loren brought his horse along to be a part of the interview, and say thank you for that as well, because I am a horse-loving person.
Yes.
In one of my books that I've written, I have horses that are part of, like, they're main characters. They don't talk or anything, but they're main characters in the books, and they're probably, most of my books will end up having horses in it.
Well, they're some of the main characters of the rodeos too. So,
yeah, absolutely,
I mean, it's kind of
absolutely.
One that you don't see them all the time, except for the 8 seconds they're throughout the arena. But
yeah,
they're really amazing animals. I actually have about 35 bucking horses.
Yeah, you do?
I've been raising them since 2000.
Oh, that's so cool. Do you take them around to rodeos and stuff?
Yeah, I do. Occasionally.
That's really
we
cool.
Buck some every once in a while here when somebody wants to get on practice.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's very cool. Well, again, Loren, thank you so much for meeting with me and putting up with my schedule and missed communications. And I really appreciate all the effort that you went to for this interview, and being willing to take a chance on someone you have not met yet. But I would like to think that we will be friends going forward. Definitely appreciate your time and efforts. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Loren Barber out of Texas has the horse for a big score or a scary wreck. Smokeless, Fat Bubbles, Wrangler National Finals bucking horse, and Mark got it going. Good spur ride. Well, you've seen this horse quite a few times. Has he had better days? I don't know if he's had better days. That's awesome. That's what the judges are looking for, that combination of spur ride, horse kicking, bucking. Look at him setting his feet in that front end, lifts on his rein, horse jumps and kicks. And Loren Barber, boy, just 77. I thought they're a little low on that. I thought that was a good ride.